welcome to Juicy Talk. I have a special guest in the building. We have Julius Hardy of Hardy Entertainment, and this is going to be a good show. If you know someone, please share this video who may be in a toxic relationship and have a toxic partner. Please, please, please share the video. This is going to be a great conversation. Let's go. Welcome to Juicy Talk with your host, Juicy. Live Thursdays, 8 p.m. Crucial conversations, special guests, love, relationships, and healing together. It's going to be juicy, y'all. Let's go. Yo, yo, yo. So, I am so excited today. What's up?
Hey,
What's up?
what's up? How
We
you doing?
like Pam and Gina
Yeah,
today, okay? We got a great conversation. We are talking about toxic relationships.
we'll talk about a lot of stuff tonight. A
My
lot of
partner is
stuff to talk
toxic.
about.
Yeah, a lot
By
of
the way,
stuff
I'm
to
Julius
cover.
of Hardy Entertainment
Yes,
out of Cleveland,
yes,
Ohio, right?
yes. Hey, if you are watching and you are in the chat, please put your ASL. That is where you're from, your location, your sex, and please put that in there for us. Okay, we want to know where you're from.
From
Yes, your age, your sex, and your location. Put that your
definitely the
ASL in
location.
the comments for
Definitely
us.
the location.
If you are here, hey, we got Jamila already in the building.
Hey, what's
We got
up?
people in the building already, so we gonna get to it. First of all, I wanted to come on and have this conversation because people been saying that I don't get the male perspective as much as we should. So I wanted
Charlotte in the building.
Charlotte in a building. So I wanted to get the male perspective because I know a lot of times on our show, I'm talking from a woman's perspective. So on this particular topic, we wanted to get the male perspective and, knowing Hardy, this being my buddy over here,
Right, thank you.
we
Yes,
know he has a very strong personality and he's very opinionated. So he got some really good information to share. And I just want to know. So this is how this all came about.
yeah.
We wanted to talk about these different relationships, the male perspective on toxic relationships, because right now we got Risa Tisa in the building, and she did this whole video about toxic relationships. It's another one that's been going crazy about this other, you
Okay.
know, lady who's experienced all these toxic relationships. And so we wanted to definitely get into it.
Okay.
So
Well, I just want.
well, go ahead.
Well, I just want to say I think we are a little toxic because I think sometimes in relationships we just sometimes I think we just stay in them just too long. We sometimes we put up stuff that we really shouldn't have to put up with. Me personally, I know for a fact I was in a relationship that was too long, and what made me get out of that relationship, she became very disrespectful, so I couldn't take that. So
What you do?
I didn't do anything. It's always got to be what the man do. Why does it have to help me to understand why it always got to be the man be the problem when it comes to relationships?
That's the question we want to know. You, why do y'all keep doing stuff?
I think what it is when we become transparent, women kind of want to take advantage of that. That's how I feel. We become transparent, and then okay, now we got them, and then they either they use it to their advantage, or they just all become willy nilly, or they just like I don't have to do that anymore. I got them. That's what women say about men, but I think the same thing apply to women.
I think that it can apply to both sexes, right? I think men and women, when people in general get comfortable, they stop doing the work that it takes to
Absolutely.
keep a relationship functioning and operating properly, And I think that when it comes to relationships, you got to be open and honest. And
Absolutely.
I think that is what you see when you see women or just the toxicness in relationships, the toxicity in relationships, you see that there's been a lot of lying going on.
I know, right? Why you looking at me like that? You know
I'm
what?
just looking at you.
But understand this though. Me personally, I when I usually meet someone, I'm gonna be a little transparent. I usually tell women, people that know me, I tell them like, hey, I'm not ready yet, but I'm open to a relationship. I'm open minded to relations. Meaning like getting to know a person takes a little time, and sometimes you never know what may become of that. So you take
Yeah.
your time. I take my time with getting to know women, and sometimes it takes too long, and they don't want to wait, or they do wait. So,
So, is that taking too long and taking your time, or not committing at all?
well, it may be a little bit of both. The reason I say that because a lot of times we meet people, they send a representative, and I think it's both genders.
True.
I think it's not a man thing or a woman thing. I think we both send representatives, and it's sad, but we all. I think we all are wounded from relationships. Sometimes some of the stuff that we did in our previous relationships. Sometimes I know for a fact I do it. Sometimes when I meet somebody and something they do something. Oh yeah, I saw this before. So now I become guarded, and it's not fair to that person though.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's crazy. I mean,
So, talk to us tonight about, have you ever been in a toxic relationship? I know you have.
absolutely, absolutely. I
Okay.
started, like I said, uh, it was a very long relationship. I would say maybe about 7 years.
Okay.
We dated, on and off, back and forth. One minute we were on, one minute we were off, and uh, obviously she loved me, I loved her. But what made that turn in our relationship when she became very disrespectful. I remember a couple times we made plans and said, you know what, I'm not doing that tonight. I'm going out with my girls. I was like, wow. So that's how we doing things. So I said after a while, I'm not gonna put up with this. I'm a better person. I know my worth,
Hmm.
and so I just wish her the best. I mean, so
Was that like the only thing that you experienced in that relationship, or was
I
it
mean, I think even
like, how did you know
you
you
don't
were
let
in
me
a toxic?
answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, but
My
anyway,
bad.
like I was saying, like
I guess I just got done.
I'm just,
I'm gonna
uh,
go ahead and
man,
sip my
man,
lemonade
oh,
since I'm over here getting checked.
did I
Okay.
did I become toxic right there? Was I
Mm.
toxic right there?
I mean,
Oh,
just a
I
little bit.
apologize. You're the host, right?
Yeah,
I'm the
it
guest.
is
I
my
apologize.
show.
My bad. I apologize. But anyway, what I was saying, I think it kind of started when I was young.
Okay.
I think I was like maybe like in my 20s, and you know how you talk to your girlfriend before you go to bed, and sometimes you have like I couldn't sleep, and my intuition said, let me just ride by her house. So I guess that's where I made my mistake. I rode past her house, saw another car in the driveway, knocked on the door. She opens the door, and somebody I knew. So
Mm,
that just ripped me, just tore me up. So I'm not saying I'm scoring from that, but I don't know how many people experience something like that. It's just hard. But and I'm the type of guy I love hard. You know what
hmm.
I'm saying? I really do. Once I love you to the utmost.
Yeah, I think that a lot of times when women get in relationships with men, um, especially if they're not ready. Well, actually, I would say this. I think a lot of times, if a man experiences a toxic relationship, right? A lot of times, that man, it can happen when they're young and they don't ever get over it. So they approach every single relationship that they've ever had after that in that same toxic way. So if you like you talked about your experience,
Yeah.
she had a guy over there that you knew,
Right.
and
That's
then
messed up, man.
it was,
Messed
and
up.
then it's like that happened, and then now it's like, oh, all women are like that. Do you feel
Ah,
like you took on that like persona? Like, how old were you when that
that
happened?
was in my early. I was maybe like 23, 24.
Do you still think that affects you now?
Nah, nah. I just think that I just really take my time and really get to know the person, the female, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my age. I'm 58. I'll be 59 soon. So my way of thinking back then and now is totally different. And I'm dating. Now I'm dating with a purpose. So
Mm-hmm.
when I'm dating with a purpose now, there's a little checkoff list that I have when I talk to women, and it may not be fair to them, but this is where I'm coming. That's how I'm dating now.
Yeah, I think that if you have a list, I think that's your list.
Hmm.
Everybody has their standard of being and what they want and they're looking for in a relationship. I feel like that's fair. I've had my share of toxic relationships. I've also, from a woman's perspective, have experienced toxic relationships, and most of the time, I would say that I've experienced it's been a man cheating, cheating in a relationship
Hmm.
and being dishonest, lying about it, covering it up, and I always say it's not so much, it's more, it's not, it's the cheating hurts, but the worst part of the cheating is the deceit and
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
when a person goes over and beyond to be dishonest and,
But
and not
women
loyal.
cheat too now. Women
Absolutely.
do cheat.
People
Don't make
cheat.
yeah. Well,
People
there's only
cheat.
two type of people, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Oh,
both men
sorry.
and women.
Did I get
People
smart with
cheat.
you?
You did kind of. You
My
always
bad.
be getting
My
smart
bad.
on me,
I don't
but
mean to. I'm a really
whatever.
nice guy. I'm a really
Mhm.
nice guy.
That's what you say.
I'm just- but somebody in the comments says dating with a purpose. It was Miss Kitty says
She
dating with a purpose.
she's saying she liked that. That's
Oh,
good.
that's,
She
that's good.
dating with the
Okay.
purpose.
So
Yeah,
this is my first podcast. Is what we're on.
it's a podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at some of the comments that people are
Okay.
saying. Um,
So one of the things that I feel like, because I want to talk about some of the things that you see. Somebody,
what?
I'm just saying. I think that a lot of times, when it comes to relationships, what are some of the red flags?
Oh man. You know what? Be honest with you. All I look for is consistency in a person. Just be consistent. Because I feel like I am. Um, I mean, I'm not really into texting people, but I know we live in an age now where we text. That's good and fine, but I think I want to hear that person. And what kills me most about when you meet somebody, oh, I was just about to call you. No, you wasn't. Because if you was gonna call me, you just pick up the phone and call me. That's just how I feel. I just don't like that. Just pick up the phone and call me.
Okay.
Did I go?
Okay.
Am I coming across toxic?
Is he coming across toxic
Or
to y'all?
do I seem like an angry?
Can y'all please put in the
Am I
comments
coming across an
if
angry
you
black man? Am I coming across
I want y'all to put in the comments if Hardy is coming off as
is that
toxic
or an angry black man?
or an angry black man. So one of the things I feel like I want to talk about some of the red.
Somebody said yes.
Miss Kitty
Yes,
said
what?
yes.
Yes, what?
Somebody else
Said
said pretty
much.
much.
And somebody said yes.
Wow. Yes.
What's that?
They said you can relax a little bit.
Oh, my bad.
Ooh.
Who is little Debbie? It said lovely Debbie. I thought it said little Debbie.
So somebody else said, okay, you gotta nod it off.
Have you ever been married? Yes. Where
Yes,
you
been
calling
married
from?
before.
Miss McKinley. Where you calling from?
Okay, she's okay. So let me ask this question. One of the things that I see, right, when it comes, I want to talk about. Somebody said you tired of the bullshit.
Right. See now, woo. See,
Breathe. It's
I'm
okay.
just saying though.
Breathe.
Now it's coming from a woman though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say. Would you say jealousy in relationships, in toxic relationships? Have you experienced jealousy?
You know what? I've faced jealousy as a younger person. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. A lot of times, back in the day, black wasn't in, like real dark guys was in, and a lot of my friends used to say, "Hey, Joyce, how did you get that girl? How did you get that job?" Like what? I mean, I can't get a nice looking young lady. I can't have a good job. I just don't understand where people get this concept where if you're dark, you can't have good things in life. So I don't know what that was all about.
I don't know. Everybody like chocolate.
I don't know. But I felt like I was like,
See, me, I've experienced relationships that were where it was a lot of guys that were very jealous. I've experienced relationships where I could be in the house, not going anywhere, not doing anything crazy, just chilling, minding my
thank you,
business.
Miss Griffin.
Where men would think like, hey, like, what you doing? Where you at? Where you going? Why you ain't answer your phone? I called you. You know, to me, that's like red flag number one. Extreme. If you're extremely jealous and it's no reason, I've given you no reason to be jealous. I've given you no reason to feel insecure, but you're constantly jealous. That's definitely a red flag that I see, we have a hard time seeing. Denise, you can also watch on Facebook. If you're listening, tuning in, you can go on Facebook as well.
What
Um,
about dating with
so
a purpose means to me?
how about abusive communication?
Oh,
Like, I think that as women, one of the things that I feel like we get a lot of, and ladies chime in if you agree with me, give me a thumbs up if you agree. I see where men talk very abusive in their conversation.
for
And
example.
for example, if a woman is emotional or she's sharing her feelings or she's saying, babe, I didn't like the way that this made me feel, or I feel that you're ignoring me, or I don't feel valued. If she says these type of things to him, he's like, what's wrong with you? They deal with, a lot of men deal with women very masculine when it comes to their emotions and their feelings,
Hmm.
and, you want a woman to be submissive, you want her to
Yes.
be kind and sweet and loving and caring. But when it comes to her having feelings that are, when she's emotional, a lot of men take that and then they deal with their women very aggressive, very
Hmm.
masculine. Like they want her not to have emotions as well. You can't have it both ways.
I understand. Me personally, I'm not that type of dude because me personally, as a black man myself, um, we deal with a lot of stuff. For example, just the society. We deal with our jobs. Uh, then we have relationships. So sometimes we don't get a break. Sometimes we want our home to be our level of comfort, and sometimes it's not always be like that. Sometimes some men go home and, did you take the garbage out? Can I ooh stop for a minute before you talk about taking the garbage out? Or, like, I don't understand. Like, the dating to me has changed so much. It's, I'm the prize and I bring this to the table. What do you bring to the table? What is this all about?
The
I,
table.
the table? What is that? What does the table consist of? I mean, like,
No, and
with flowers?
no, to be honest with you,
Please.
I think a lot of times women, like back in my parents' day, right? My mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was the provider. They had very traditional roles. So they had very traditional roles,
Absolutely.
right?
We need to
And
go back
so,
to that.
and I will say that my mom stayed at home. My dad was the provider. So my mom had time all day to prepare for my dad to come home, to make sure that his home was peaceful, to make sure his home was relaxing. She had all day to do that, right? Now, women, my dad was the sole provider, but now women, we working 40 hours a week as well. And we're sharing in the responsibility of being a provider. So you're not providing by yourself.
Hmm.
She's as well. So she's also needs to decompress when she comes home.
We're back. I don't know what that was all
Yeah,
about,
we
but
had
we're back.
some hard to keep moving over here.
Are you serious
I'm
right
just I'm
now?
just
Okay,
joking. I'm just joking.
okay.
Gosh,
Denise
calm
says,
down.
let's talk about we want to talk about what you want. Let's talk about you where we left off first. I'll get back to Denise on
No,
stuff.
I just was saying,
Oh, the
go ahead.
the mom the wife
Yeah,
is working
so
out.
I mean, so we're sharing our responsibilities now. Like we both have the same type of responsibilities. So I think that there has to be consideration. I think a lot of men have the expectation, like I work, I'm the provider, but he's not taking into account that she's also helping him with his responsibility.
Hmm.
And in her doing that, he doesn't in return then want to help her with hers. So if your expectation is, I want her to cook, I want her to clean, I want her to wash the clothes, I want her to be, my peace, you also have to give that same thing in return, because why am I helping you with your responsibilities of being a provider, but you're not helping me with mine of being the nurturer, the one that's helping the kids and doing the same thing? Those expectations are realistic. I think that you said that we have changed, but we all have changed overall. Society has changed. So now we have to, what are women, we have our own income now. We have our own money and finances. So now what we need from a man is different. We need the same type of emotional support and love and peace that men want in return. So,
Oh, Debbie say facts. Okay,
yeah,
let me give you a fact. Okay, Debbie, a fact is I don't Debbie. If I came across a little aggressive, I
a little
apologize.
toxic.
But anyway, but the facts are it's all about knowing each other's role. You kind of touched on that a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I think, like you said, the roles have kind of changed a little bit. I don't expect, if I was married, I wouldn't expect her to have dinner ready for me every day, or, or cook. I mean, but I'm the type of guy I would have a water run for her. Hey, baby, I know you had a hard day. Don't worry about it. I got the bath water ready for her. I got you a candle. I got you just the USA. Is that a word? USA? Am I saying that word?
Woosah.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we just need that. I think sometimes we just need to come home and be loved on. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's not always about having sex. I think sex to me is overrated too. But that's a story for another day. But anyway, I think we just need.
Not to me.
Oh, somebody said not to me. Well,
No, I'm saying not to
oh,
me.
oh, well.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, you the host. I'm the guest, so I can say
Mm-hmm.
some stuff, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
be very candid
Thank
in
you
the
very
way that you
much.
feel.
Anyway,
But I
but
have an opinion too, right?
yeah, very
That's
much so.
sharing, right? That's what I'm talking about. Sharing those roles. Like
This
we
gonna be
both can
Pam and
have
Martin show.
we
You know
can
what?
we
You
can
gonna be
both
Pam.
have
I'm gonna be
we can
Martin.
we can both have